Name of the deceased?
Dakota Manning, a.k.a. Glenn Whitney. The club owner, Oliver Dupree, founder. Him, the body.
Let's get Mr. Dupree in here.
Hell of a way to make an exit.
Are you just gonna leave her like that?
Mr. Dupree?
Darling, tonight I wish I weren't. Pardon me. I have to deal with some looky-loos. Dakota was my greatest star. I have to protect her.
Can you tell us what happened?
Around 7, I was passing by here, and I heard Glenn behind closed doors with somebody. Now, I did not recognize the voice, but they were arguing something fierce.
Was the voice male, female?
Male. Although you can never be too sure here at the Illusion Room.
What were they fighting about?
Inspector, my mother was a simple girl from Abilene when she bought this place, and she taught me, when your castle's full of queens, you stay on the other side of the moat. But when Dakota didn't show up on stage by 8:30, I came looking.
Thank you for your help.
I've seen my share of freak accidents. Something tells me he didn't trip, fall, and drown in there.
Definite signs of a struggle.
Yeah, no shortage of suspects either. If the body was discovered at 8:30, that means the whole audience would have been here. Break a leg, superstar.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Inspector Lindsay Boxer from the San Francisco Police Department. Please take your seats. There's been a murder.
So much for glamour.
Subconjunctival hemorrhage. He was heaving hard enough to blow the blood vessels in his eyes. Gastric contents indicate a standard issue crudité plate. Explains how you're a size 4, you skinny thing. There's menthol in my purse if you need it.
No, someone's already got dibs on it.
Roses, espresso, fresh baked cinnamon buns. I'm fine.
What do you think, Claire?
If you hadn't pointed out the signs of struggle, I'd have said textbook drug overdose.
But he did drown.
Can't say definitely till the autopsy.
That audience is full of surly lawyers who claim we have no right to hold them. They're making this out to be some kind of a gay gitmo.
I'm on it. Hi, folks. Hi, I know you've been waiting a while. This is terrible. Dakota was an icon in the gay community. She hosted charity events. She grand marshaled the Pride Parade.
How did you get in here?
The bouncers know me. I'm Grace to like 10 Wills in the city.
Well, then you're the perfect person to ask around about Glenn Whitney. Can you find out who hated him enough to take him for a swim?
My friend Dominic works at the San Francisco Gay and Lesbian Center. If he can't offer up some leads, no one can.
Well, sadly, there is someone else.
Glenn made sure I took my medicine every morning. He'd stand there, glass of water in one hand, fistful of horse pills in the other, and cheer as I downed them. It's ridiculous, I know, but he was hell-bent on killing my cancer with kindness, and he did. I've been in remission 3 months.
How long were you two together, Mr. Ford?
10 years. And it's Bruce.
Were you involved in the show, too?
Glenn recruited all the talent for Dakota Manning's cabaret, Drag Ray. I made them spectacular.
Had he had any recent conflicts with anyone?
No. Why?
Before the show, Mr. Dupree said that he heard Glenn arguing in his dressing room.
That's not possible. While he was transforming, Glenn never received visitors. Not even me. He'd hold himself up, mix himself a dirty martini, and he wouldn't emerge until curtain.
What is it?
There were some guys at the club a few weeks ago. Drunk, homophobic punks looking to make trouble. They heckled Dakota, and she gave it right back to them, ripped into them until they left with their tail between their legs. I'm not a big believer in coincidence.
Neither are we.
But that night, the cars in the lot were vandalized. Glenn's took the brunt of it. Windows were smashed. All of his costumes were stolen. Some of my best work.
Did you call the police?
Yes, but without names or eyewitnesses, they said there was nothing they could do. Please don't tell me I'm gonna hear that again.
Not from us. You know, property crimes really needs to step it up. I pulled the report for the car vandalism at the Illusion Room. There are no photographs. The address is wrong. The event description is blank. I mean, we're trying to solve a homicide. This is the in-house help we get?
Jacoby?
What's that?
Nothing. Babcock got us a group discount at the International House of Ties. I'll put it away.
Well, why would you do that?
Because it's a 100% silk reminder of your ex-husband's wedding. Some would find it distracting.
I am laser focused on this case. A little Italian neckwear isn't going to distract me. Can you please fast forward to Sunday when this stupid wedding will be over with? It's all anybody can talk about. You were just talking about it, weren't you?
Actually, the opposite. As in where you, Cindy, and I will be instead.
The Transcendence Spa. Come experience bliss. I hate bliss.
We know, but nothing rids the body of impurities and thoughts of your ex-husband's nuptials faster than a green tea body wrap.
I would rather have a bathtub full of bourbon.
I just got Glenn Whitney's preliminary blood work back. He had GHB in his system, causes euphoria, increased sex drive.
I checked with Glenn's partner. He swears he didn't use.
Well, GHB isn't always recreational.
Yeah, it's the date rape drug.
A GHB overdose matches what we observed at the scene. An autopsy should confirm it.
Okay, let's meet back here at the end of the day.
About that? As you'll know, while you're all transcending tomorrow, I'm gonna be at Tom's wedding, and I'm not happy about it. My allegiance lies with you, but getting out of the house and seeing old co-workers is the first thing my husband has been looking forward to in months.
Well, so what's the problem?
The problem is everyone in homicide wants their autopsies before the big day, and I'm buried. Something only complicated by I'm taking a half day today. You know this means you'll be dealing with my sub.
Have fun at my ex-husband's wedding.
There you are. Off the lead about Glenn Whitney's car, I stopped by the Gay and Lesbian Center's hate crime office. Here's a copy of their report on the incident.
Okay, this is what I call a case file.
Anyway, am I the only one who sees Greek letters scratched in there?
Pi Theta Delta.
And the only school in the city with a chapter of that frat is 4 miles from the illusion room.
SFPD, can we come in?
Sounds like a yes to me.
What is that smell?
Misspent youth. All right, everyone against the wall. Let's go.
Dude, I got a 2 o'clock final.
Oh, cry me a river, doll. Do any of these fine young men look familiar?
The one in the gray sweatshirt and the 2 on the far right.
They were Dakota's hecklers, no doubt. Those are his dresses.
We got 3 positive IDs.
Well, for the vandalism and property theft, yes. I just got off the phone with the chapter president. Pi Theta Delta hosted a toy drive for the Children's Hospital the night of the murder. All the boys were apparently accounted for.
So they just get to go home.
They're not going home to much. Once I file hazing and underage drinking charges with the university, that house of theirs is good as gone.
May I have Glenn's things now?
We can only release personal belongings to family members, spouses, or children. Do you have a certificate of domestic partnership?
Did Glenn have a will?
When I was sick, I wanted us both to draw one up, but he refused. He said it meant I was surrendering to the cancer. Now what happens?
Intestacy laws dictate his remains and property passed to next of kin.
To his parents, the ones who disowned him. Glenn would not want that. This is a nightmare. Our house is in his name.
I can help file a temporary restraining order against the family. It'll buy you some time. It'll prevent them from barging in and taking things. Otherwise, there's not much else we can do. I'm sorry.
Busy?
Just a little trying to tie up some loose ends before... What's up?
Glenn Whitney's domestic partner was just here. And seeing how he wasn't really prepared to be one half of a couple all of a sudden. I mean, sometimes it's not all of a sudden, sometimes, it's gradual. Whatever way it happens, it's sad. I mean, he didn't get a chance to tie up loose ends, he didn't get a chance to say goodbye. And it just made me think about how important it was to mark the end of something and, make sure things end on a good note.
Linz.
So tomorrow it's a big day for you, and in a way it is for me too. But truthfully, Tom, I just wanted to extend my warmest.
Tom, it's a disaster. Buffalo snowed in. The airport is shut down, and my entire family is stuck. Who's gonna walk me down the aisle? And we're gonna have 3 empty tables at the reception. Oh my God, you're in the middle of something.
Actually...
No. It's okay. We're done.
The Whitney autopsy is your first order of business.
Not according to the case number.
Okay. Inspector Boxer is expecting a quick turnaround, so if...
The order received is the order cleaved. That's protocol.
Bernhard, an act of God has left one of our colleagues in crisis. Now, I've asked our office to roll up its sleeves.
Sure. What do you need?
Excellent. Clear your schedule tomorrow. We're going to Lieutenant Hogan's wedding.
Tomorrow's no good. I have plans, uncancelable plans, with a friend with a crisis of her own.
This is a move to bolster interdepartmental relations. It's a work function, i.e. mandatory. Anything else?
Good. Details are in my e-bite. My computer is down.
3 o'clock, Marina Plaza, +1. And oh, it's a green event, so put together carpool.
Linz, we got good news and bad news. The bad news is mostly terrible for me because I'm being forced by the evil powers that be to miss Spa Day in favor of Tom's wedding. The
good news is you're going to be getting some one-on-one bonding time with... Ta-da! You think I'm going to talk too much?
No. It's just that Glenn Whitney's date book is preoccupying me.
Obviously, because you ignored the words me, forced, and Tom's wedding.
Well, I had a hunch. Denise has been running around telling everyone how she saved the day.
Wouldn't she just?
Anyway, Glenn had meetings with a guy named Thaddeus once a week, and taped to the page of Today, there's a check made out to Thaddeus, and I have no idea for what.
It wasn't a wig fitting if they met at the Hotel Eureka. That place is male prostitute central.
He was cheating on Bruce?
Maybe Thaddeus fought with Glenn in his dressing room.
Well, hustlers have plenty of access to GHB. I know, I've prosecuted my share.
Well, I guess it's check-in time at the Hotel Eureka.
There he is. Thaddeus Prescott, we have to ask you a few questions about Glenn Whitney.
Why? What's going on?
You tell us. Was he one of your clients?
Oh, no. You've got the wrong idea, man.
Then what exactly is your relationship with Glenn Whitney?
He's my father. Glenn's contract with the sperm bank said that he'd be cool with a one-time meeting once I turned 18.
How was that get-together?
It's pretty trippy.
Most people would be shocked to find out their biological father was gay, much less a renowned drag queen.
Yeah, but the more that I thought about it, the more it answered a lot of major questions, like why I'm an outsider in my own family, why I don't share their dreams for me, you know? Grow up, go to Penn, become a stockbroker.
What do you got in there?
Martin's 17 series.
Same as Dylan's. It's nice.
Yeah, I saved up 2 summers to buy that. You play?
You should hear his Purple Haze.
Well, then you get why I wanted Glenn to be a part of my life. I mean, he was a performer, too. It didn't really matter to me what kind. That's why I started making donations to the fertility clinic in the first place. The money helped keep him afloat while he refined his act. It's pretty cool, huh? To think that I'm in this world because of his art.
And how about Glenn's partner, Bruce? Did he know you were in the world?
He was real sick at that point. Glenn thought that it would be too big a bomb to drop. He was gonna tell him eventually, but until then we met in secret.
And he'd give you money?
Yeah, to help me out. My parents really aren't so cool with the whole music thing.
Oh, not so cool.
Should have been there last night. They showed up all ballistic and tried to drag me home. Like I don't have enough drama living in that place as it is. We screamed at each other for like an hour.
What time was this?
7:30 by the time they left.
About an hour before Glenn Whitney turned up dead.
Thaddeus, we're gonna need to talk to them.
Why? You don't think that... No. They're Republicans. They're not murderers. Besides, they didn't even know Glenn. They never knew that I tracked him down.
In my experience, parents know everything.
A homosexual. Impregnated my wife.
You didn't know?
18 years ago, the clinics didn't keep as much personal data on donors. If I'd been made aware, I...
We'd have never let any part of that pervert near her. I'm sorry? We're taught to hate the sin, love the sinner.
To think that our son has been lying to us this whole time.
Thaddeus mentioned that you all haven't been getting along recently.
750 on his math, SAT, and he wants to be a rock star. You're damn right we're not getting along.
There was an argument at the hotel. What did you go after?
To Reverend Dodd, our pastor. We're not monsters, Inspector. Our only crime is loving our son too much. It's not easy letting go, but we're trying.
Okay. We'll be in touch.
Today?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Awkward for me, telling a Baptist you've been impregnated by a drag queen. That wasn't for you. What is this?
This is a non-bullpen conversation. Now, look, I know you've had a rough week.
Oh, please don't. Please.
All I'm saying is, if you need me, I will blow off this wedding. It's not pity. Hell, we won't even call it commiseration. It's just two partners burying themselves in a case on a Saturday afternoon.
Well, as much as I would like to take you up on that, someone has already beaten you to the babysitting gig, so go and enjoy yourself. I'm serious. Go. Jacoby. Thank you.
Would you lovely ladies like some champagne?
Yes.
I'll come with you.
Damn, my boys are cute.
Speaking of cute.
What, Jacoby? You clean up good.
You know, I try.
So where's your date?
Why bring a snack to an all-you-can-eat buffet? Ladies?
Wow. Oh, these are so delicious. All right. I'm almost forgetting to feel guilty about not being with Lindsay.
You know what? We did all we could. From this moment on, I propose that we focus our full attention on the fantastic men in our lives and being exactly where we are.
That might be easier said than done.
Who's ready for a hand and foot fantasy?
I left a message for Claire's sub, Roberta, to call me on my cell as soon as she is done with the Whitney autopsy. Am I forgetting anything?
No. No, not forgetting. No.
What was that?
What?
That hesitation. And now the lack of eye contact and the foot tapping. What?
That's like it should wait until tomorrow. I promised Jill and Claire I would keep you on a very specific schedule.
You know you want to tell me or we'd be out the door by now.
This morning I was at Bruce's apartment getting some anecdotes for my article. He gave me these. They're from Glenn's computer.
If you want to be a woman, drag pig, my knife can make it happen.
One vile, threatening email a day for 3 months straight.
From Karen Adams at sfglc.org.
It's the Gay and Lesbian Center server. They have an internet cafe that offers free email accounts. I was gonna stop by and ask around a bit, but...
Yes, go do that. It will take me 2 minutes to find Karen Adams' home address, 10 minutes to do a stop by.
Yeah, I'll call the spa, push our appointment to half hour.
Yeah.
Jill and Claire never have to know, right?
Yeah. Like your style, Thomas. Hi, I'm Lindsay Boxer, San Francisco Police Department. I'm looking for Karen Adams.
Yeah, she's not home.
Are you her roommate?
Yeah.
Well, do you happen to know where she is?
She hasn't been around all weekend. Look, I'm late for work.
Boxer.
Did you find her?
No, I met the roommate, though. He couldn't be bothered.
Lindsay, that may have been her.
No, the roommate's a guy.
No, Karen Adams is better known as Buzz Baltimore. She's a drag king. Hang on, I'm sending you a picture.
Hey, Buzz. We weren't properly introduced.
So I know it's none of my business, but I've got to ask. Denise?
Well, I couldn't wait around for you forever.
Denise.
She's beautiful, smart, successful.
Overbearing, cutthroat, backstabbing.
You obviously don't know her.
Still, do my department a favor, keep her happy and away from us for the next 4 hours. We need a break.
So your job is impersonating Bobby Darin. Do you do Mac the Knife? After all, it is about a murderer. Miss Adams. Not too bright sending Glenn Whitney threats from your personal email account.
Screw that. I'm protecting myself.
Okay, we're already recording this. I can make you a copy.
No, thanks.
Let's get back to Glenn Whitney.
He was a vicious old queen who was out to get me.
Oh, so you're the victim?
That show of his guarantees exposure, not to mention decent cash, so I auditioned. Twice. What was his response? Nothing. Until I find out he's been bad-mouthing me to other club owners around town, saying I'm unprofessional. After that, people stopped hiring me.
You had a gig tonight.
For free.
Why couldn't you just accept that maybe Glenn Whitney didn't like your act?
He was a short-sighted misogynist like the rest of them. See, when a man straps it down, throws on a dress, everyone calls it fabulous. But when a chick dresses up like a guy, all we feel is threatened.
I'm starting to think you're the threatened one, Karen. Threatened enough to poison Glenn Whitney. Surprises me, though. Tough broad like yourself choosing such a cowardly way to do it.
Is it cowardly to ask for a lawyer?
Excuse me, I'm looking for Inspector Boxer.
Sorry, I don't know when she'll be back.
Could you just tell her that Thaddeus Prescott was here?
Thaddeus, hi. I'm Cindy Thomas. I'm covering Glenn's story for the Register.
Oh, hey.
Listen, this might sound forward, but I've been in contact with Glenn's partner, Bruce. He's obviously having a rough time, too. Anyway, I just thought if you wanted to contact him, I could, Here's my card. Excuse me.
Thaddeus, how's it going?
Moved home yesterday. Found it in my dad's study.
You were trying to file a restraining order against Glenn?
Yeah, but look, it's dated 6 months ago. That's when he and I first met.
They knew about him all along.
Right, so why wouldn't they have said something to me? Why would they have lied to you? Unless...
Do you have a friend you can stay with? Good. Go there and wait for my call, okay? Roberta, I asked you to call when you finished the Whitney autopsy.
I did.
on my cell. I've been waiting for this information for you to walk me through it.
Well, I'm off the clock now. If you want this conversation to continue, you should contact the chief medical examiner's office, request an overtime approval form.
Okay, you know what? I don't need. Unbelievable.
We are gathered here today to recognize the bond that you have declared and to hold it up for all to see. With that in our hearts and minds, Thomas Daniel Hogan, do you take Heather to be your wedded wife, to live together in marriage? Do you promise to love, honor, cherish, and keep her for richer for poorer?
Claire, hello?
Sickness and in health, forsaking all others, and being faithful only to her for as long as you both shall live. I do. And Heather Marie Donnelly, do you take this man to be your husband, to live together?
What happened?
He said I do.
You found your date yet?
This is not a process you can rush.
We're doing shots. Oh, no. Hey, overruled. Everybody, drink. Okay. She's doing the conga line by herself. When I asked you to keep her happy, I didn't even get her blitz.
The woman's got a hollow leg.
What's the secret? No?
No.
Come on, dance with me. Dance with me.
Huh. Speaking of dancing, has anyone seen my wife?
Thank you. What? No. You are not getting out of the hokey pokey. Let's go.
I'm surprised you haven't kicked me out.
No, we've all been there. What's this?
Someone needed my rush input on an autopsy, and the chef was kind enough to let me use his fax.
Someone who?
Tom? I've been looking all over for you. Did you sneak out and smoke a cigar?
No, sweetheart, I did not.
Lovely wedding.
Did you see either one of these people at the club the night of the murder?
All of me wants to say yes, but oh, everyone's gonna be so disappointed. We were hoping for some closure before the memorial service tonight. You should come. The illusion room wasn't nothing but a gin mill with a jukebox before Glenn walked in the door. He was my good luck charm. I owe him everything.
Thank you for coming in. How much do you hate me?
Not as much as an eco-conscious kindergarten teacher hates me.
I'm so sorry. It was asinine to call. I was blinded by rage.
My fault for leaving you with Roberta. Thank you. Okay, autopsy showed pulmonary edema. Put simply, Glenn Whitney had water in his lungs.
So he did drown. What about the GHB?
I'm looking at the complete tox analysis. The levels in his system topped out at 30 milligrams per liter. And in most overdoses, that number is over 100.
So the killer underdosed him.
Not surprising. If you bought it on the street, there'd be no way of telling how concentrated it was.
Which is why our murderer moved to Plan B, shoving Glenn's head in the toilet. Okay, have fun at the party. Bye. All right, so we have two sets of suspects. And since Karen Adams hasn't been assigned a public defender yet, I can't talk to her, so...
Prescott's it is.
I'm gonna pay them a visit and ask them why they lied about not knowing Glenn Whitney, and I can drop you at home.
No. I promised Jill and Claire that I wouldn't leave you.
That was when we were spying, and now I'm working.
Lindsay, you just heard your ex-husband's wedding vows. Have you taken 5 minutes to process how huge that is? Why would you? You're a hardened homicide inspector. Here's the thing. At some point, you're going to be hit with a wave of loss and sadness so massive, you're not even going to be able to breathe, so you just shut up and let me be here for you.
Let's go.
See, weddings aren't all that bad. I mean, can't you see yourself in a white dress, surrounded by solar-powered twinkle lights and fair trade floral arrangements?
Honey.
I know. How do you think?
Tell you the truth, I have been thinking about taking the next step in order to protect what we have and who we are to each other. Luke, will you draw up papers for living wills and durable power of attorney with me?
Of course, I will. You sound no fool. Kiss me.
Yeah?
Yeah. Hey.
You, leaving?
Well, let's just say Cinderella's on borrowed time.
Ooh, need a hand, man?
She seems to be missing a shoe. Ooh. Okay, come on, let's get going. Come on. Hey, get
off. I'm fine.
Listen, you won't have any regrets come Monday, so I'm just gonna take you home.
You're just trying to get rid of me, okay? Don't think that I haven't seen you and Bernhardt flirting all night. Right in front of me. You're my date.
Okay, maybe we should take this outside. What do you say?
Maybe you should take me home. Huh? And you can go screw your girlfriend behind your back again. Sorry, not behind your back. On her desk.
Denise, come on.
Oh, that was
Go,
fun.
man.
Huh?
Fine.
Watch yourself. Hey, hey, hey.
Let go. God, I'm
Excuse me. Taxi.
Luke? Luke! Let me explain.
Is that true? What's sad is that I'm not even surprised.
How can I fix this? Just tell me and I'll do it. Whatever it is, I'll do
No,
it.
you can't fix this. You know, it was clear to me from the beginning that you were only half in this, but that was okay because I loved you.
It's not true.
Now, yeah, it is true because now it's apparent that you were never in this, never.
Luke, please.
I'm sorry.
Hello?
It's over.
What?
Luke found out about Henson. He left. My purse and keys are in his car. I need you to come pick me up.
Hang on a second. Where's Claire?
Please. I can't go back in there.
Okay. Meet me out back in 10.
Lens, I am so sorry.
What? Having a relationship meltdown? Don't be. But just at the risk of sounding insensitive, let's get the hell out of here.
How'd you get here so fast?
We were on our way to talk to the Prescotts.
Are they your prime suspects?
Right now, they're in a dead heat with this Karen Adams.
She's a male impersonator, performs under the name Buzz Baltimore. Wow, you two have missed a lot.
Does she have motive?
Yes. Besides being completely bizarre, I've never seen anything like it. She spaces out, she laughs uncontrollably. She even pulled out a tape recorder in the middle of my questioning.
Is she narcoleptic?
Did she conk out in the middle of my interview? No. But like 2 seconds after I put her in the holding cell, she was out like a light.
Well, all the things you've mentioned are classic symptoms.
A tape recorder is a symptom?
Because narcoleptics often have no memory of previous conversations. They tend to carry them.
Sounds terrible.
But it just made Karen Adams pull ahead of the Prescotts as a suspect. Narcoleptics are treated with sodium oxybate, also known as GHB.
Excuse me. I was looking for Tom. Have you seen him?
We haven't. I didn't mean to...
You need to leave.
Absolutely.
No. All of you. I'm sorry, don't take this the wrong way. I don't want to be a bitch, but this is my wedding. And you're not doing me any favors by being here when I know that you would all rather be somewhere else. You can't stay off the phone. You were the center of a drunken spectacle. I don't even know you. And you, crashing weddings and lurking in the alley, this can't be fun for you.
It's not.
He's not yours anymore, Lindsay. So do yourself a favor and let him go.
Check for fingerprints again on the toilet, walls, and the light switch. Zilch on the blood and hair. I mean, there's nothing that suggests anyone but Glenn Whitney was in there.
Hey, Jill got a search warrant for Karen Adams' medical records. She's on the phone with her doctor now. That's good news.
Prescription for GHB isn't enough to tie her to the murder. We need forensic evidence. How could she strangle someone in here and not touch anything?
I think certain Karen may be narcoleptic, but she's not claustrophobic. Couldn't be that and pull this off.
Right. Okay, Claire, I need to simulate the position of Glenn's corpse. Does the tech have a forensic dummy?
No, he rushed over with a bare bones kit.
Just use me.
All right. Glenn's out of it, throwing up. Karen sees an opportunity, comes up behind.
There was no bruising. It's impossible.
Unless the killer used her feet.
Now, it'd be tough for him to balance with the victim fighting back.
Yeah, but doable if she had something to hang on to.
Rizzo! Karen Adams was on antidepressants, migraine medication, and allergy pills, but no sodium oxybate.
Damn it.
We're setting up for the tribute. There's food if you'd like.
I could go for some emotional eating. You?
Yes. Guess what? He found a print.
Finally.
He's gonna lift it and meet us back at the hall. In the meantime, I'm gonna check Glenn Whitney's body and see if it has something else to tell us. Now, if this were my autopsy, I'd have shaved Glenn's head right off the bat. But why do something yourself when you can hand it over to a work-shy, ill-mannered counterpart?
Are we supposed to answer her?
No, it's not necessary.
Luke texted me. He's staying at a hotel tonight and moving out of the apartment tomorrow. It's all happening so fast.
Nothing's happened yet. maybe you both need to sleep on it. You know, things could be very different tomorrow.
I don't think so.
Jill, we've got it covered here, okay? Go home, get some rest.
Honestly, this case is the only thing keeping me from losing it.
Well, now you know the method of my madness.
Hello, gorgeous. A foot-shaped contusion on the occipital scalp, pronounced heel, tapering to the toe. Does Karen Adams wear boots?
Yes, but not that kind.
Well, I knew it was only a matter of time once you found fingerprints. I hold a liquor license. Mine are on file with the state.
Didn't need them. Your boots left an impression on the back of Glenn Whitney's skull.
Owning a nightclub is lonely. Sleep all day, work all night. No time for boyfriends or family. Before long, the people you work with, they're your everything.
Especially Glenn.
He wasn't nothing when he came to me. Just a tacky little queen lip-syncing to Madonna. I made him into Dakota Manning. But in the end, that wasn't good enough. He needed options.
Meaning?
He was gonna leave me and start his own place.
To make more money?
That. And he wanted to surprise Bruce. It was gonna mark a whole new chapter in their lives now that the cancer was gone.
So you snuck into his dressing room, poured GHB into his martini, lied about hearing an argument to throw us off.
It was supposed to be such a graceful exit.
Until you had to drown him. Tell me why.
He was mine, Inspector. I was never gonna let him go.
I don't think anyone will disagree with me when I say today was a day.
At least there's a shred of silver lining. As Glenn's biological son, Thaddeus Prescott, is his next of kin, I'm assuming Bruce won't have as much trouble dealing with him as he would with Glenn's estranged parents.
Do you mind if I run with that? Speaking of family, I just spoke to mine, and Ed, who had a wonderful time at the reception, went to bed, and the boys put some towels in the guest bedroom for you. Stay as long as you like.
Thanks. The idea of facing an empty apartment makes me want to change the subject.
Okay. You know what I hate about Heather? Every time I see her or talk to her, she says something that makes me respect her a little bit more. She's right. I need to let go. And it's weird, but tonight, I think I finally have.
My grandma used to say that when one door closes, another always opens.
Well, then a toast to Cindy's grandma. He sounds like a smart cookie.
My lonely days are over, and life is like a song. Oh yeah, yeah, at last. For you are
Inspector Lindsay Boxer.
Yes.
Agent John Ash, FBI. I've been waiting for you.
Do you always make it a point to show up on a girl's front stoop unannounced?
Well, I do when it involves the Kiss Me Not killer. Had some new developments. This arrived at the agency this morning in Cindy Thomas's article of the day the last victim surfaced. We're sure it's him. We think you might be his next victim.
You're hand in hand beneath the trees, and soon there's music in the breeze. You're acting kind of smart, and then your heart just goes whap. Those trees that breeze, they're part of a tender trap.
Show's over here.
Oh, okay.
Name of the deceased?
Dakota Manning, a.k.a. Glenn Whitney, the club owner Oliver Dupree founder. Him, the body.
Let's get Mr. Dupree in here.
Hell of a way to make an exit.
Are you just gonna leave her like that?
Mr. Dupree?
Darling, tonight I wish I weren't. Pardon me. I have to deal with some looky-loos. Dakota was my greatest star. I have to protect her.
Can you tell us what happened?
Around 7, I was passing by here, and I heard Glenn behind closed doors with somebody. Now, I did not recognize the voice, but they were arguing something fierce.
Was the voice male or female?
Male. Although you can never be too sure here at the Illusion Room.
What were they fighting about?
Inspector, my mother was a simple girl from Abilene when she bought this place, and she taught me, when your castle's full of queens, you stay on the other side of the moat. But when Dakota didn't show up on stage by 8:30, I came looking.
Thank you for your help.
I've seen my share of freak accidents. Something tells me he didn't trip, fall, and drown in there.
Definite signs of a struggle.
Yeah, no shortage of suspects either. If the body was discovered at 8:30, that means the whole audience would have been here. Break a leg, superstar.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Inspector Lindsay Boxer from the San Francisco Police Department. Please take your seats. There's been a murder. So much for glamour.
Subconjunctival hemorrhage. He was heaving hard enough to blow the blood vessels in his eyes. Gastric contents indicate a standard issue crudité plate. Explains how you're a size 4, you skinny thing. There's menthol in my purse if you need it.
No, someone's already got dibs on it.
Roses, espresso, fresh baked cinnamon buns. I'm fine.
What do you think, Claire?
If you hadn't pointed out the signs of struggle, I'd have said textbook drug overdose.
But he did drown.
Can't say definitely till the autopsy.
That audience is full of surly lawyers who claim we have no right to hold them. They're making this out to be some kind of a gay gitmo.
I'm on it.
Hi, folks. Hi, I know you've been waiting a while.
This is terrible. Dakota was an icon in the gay community. She hosted charity events. She grand marshaled the Pride Parade.
How did you get in here?
The bouncers know me. I'm Grace to like 10 Wills in the city.
Well, then you're the perfect person to ask around about Glenn Whitney. Can you find out who hated him enough to take him for a swim?
My friend Dominic works at the San Francisco Gay and Lesbian Center. If he can't offer up some leads, no one can.
Well, sadly, there is someone else.
Glenn made sure I took my medicine every morning. He'd stand there, glass of water in one hand, fistful of horse pills in the other, and cheer as I downed them. It's ridiculous, I know, but he was hell-bent on killing my cancer with kindness, and he did. I've been in remission 3 months.
How long were you two together, Mr. Ford?
10 years. And it's Bruce.
Were you involved in the show, too?
Glenn recruited all the talent for Dakota Manning's Cabaret, Drag Race. I made them spectacular.
Had he had any recent conflicts with anyone?
No. Why?
Before the show, Mr. Dupree said that he heard Glenn arguing in his dressing room.
That's not possible. While he was transforming, Glenn never received visitors. Not even me. He'd hold himself up, mix himself a dirty martini, and he wouldn't emerge until curtain.
What is it?
There were some guys at the club a few weeks ago. Drunk, homophobic punks looking to make trouble. They heckled Dakota, and she gave it right back to them, ripped into them until they left with their tail between their legs. I'm not a big believer in coincidence.
Neither are we.
But that night, the cars in the lot were vandalized. Glenn's took the brunt of it. Windows were smashed. All of his costumes were stolen. Some of my best work.
Did you call the police?
Yes, but without names or eyewitnesses, they said there was nothing they could do. Please don't tell me I'm gonna hear that again.
Not from us. Property crimes really needs to step it up. I pulled the report for the car vandalism at the Illusion Room. There are no photographs. The address is wrong. The event description is blank. I mean, we're trying to solve a homicide. This is the in-house help we get?
Scobie?
What's that?
Nothing. Babcock got us a group discount at the International House of Ties. I'll put it away.
Well, why would you do that?
Because it's a 100% silk reminder of your ex-husband's wedding. Some would find it distracting.
I am laser focused on this case. A little Italian neckwear isn't going to distract me. Can we please fast forward to Sunday when this stupid wedding will be over with? It's all anybody can talk about. You were just talking about it, weren't you?
Actually, the opposite. As in where you, Cindy, and I will be instead.
The Transcendence Spa. Come experience bliss. I hate bliss.
We know, but nothing rids the body of impurities and thoughts of your ex-husband's nuptials faster than a green tea body wrap.
I would rather have a bathtub full of bourbon.
I just got Glenn Whitney's preliminary blood work back. He had GHB in his system, causes euphoria, increased sex drive.
I checked with Glenn's partner. He swears he didn't use.
Well, GHB isn't always recreational.
Yeah, it's the date rape drug.
A GHB overdose matches what we observed at the scene. An autopsy should confirm it.
Okay, let's meet back here at the end of the day.
About that? As y'all know, While you're all transcending tomorrow, I'm gonna be at Tom's wedding, and I'm not happy about it. My allegiance lies with you, but getting out of the house and seeing old co-workers is the first thing my husband has been looking forward to in months.
So what's the problem?
The problem is everyone in homicide wants their autopsies before the big day, and I'm buried. Something only complicated by I'm taking a half day today. You know this means you'll be dealing with my sub.
Have fun at my ex-husband's wedding.
There you are. Off the lead about Glenn Whitney's car, I stopped by the Gay and Lesbian Center's hate crime office. Here's a copy of their report on the incident.
Okay, this is what I call a case file.
Anyway, am I the only one who sees Greek letters scratched in there?
Pi Theta Delta.
And the only school in the city with a chapter of that frat is 4 miles from the Illusion Room.
SFPD, can we come in?
Sounds like a yes to me.